There's another theory, too. The dairy phantom hypothesis.
Okay, lay it on me.
This one suggests he exists in multiple states at the same time. Solid, liquid, even as one source puts it, pure nightmare fuel. All at once.
So he's less of a milkman and more of a shape-shifting dairy ghost. But why dairy?
Well, here's where the psychology comes in. The studies suggest that encountering the Milky Man can trigger all sorts of bizarre psychological effects.
Like what?
Intense dairy cravings, weird milk-themed dreams, even sudden aversions to certain foods.
So those late-night cheese cravings, that might not just be me. It could be the Milky Man messing with my mind. That's a little unsettling. What's happening in the brain during these encounters?
Well, we might not have a dairy cortex in our brains, but the research suggests certain parts of the brain, probably the reward and memory systems, can be easily manipulated through food associations. It seems the Milky Man can tap into those pathways, trigger cravings, change perceptions, even plant subliminal messages. It could explain why some people feel compelled to eat more dairy after meeting him or develop an aversion to food they used to love. The research is still early, but it's clear his influence goes beyond suggestion. He's messing with our biology, making us crave dairy.
So we have a being that might be a temporal anomaly, a quantum dairy ghost who can make us crave cheese using mind control. Anything else?
Oh, there's more. He also has this ability called reality spoiling. He can actually transform matter into dairy products.
Wait, seriously, like turning a car into a block of cheddar?
Exactly. Walls becoming cheese, rivers flowing with blue milk, you name it. There are reports of him changing buildings into giant mounds of brie, streets coated in butter, even an entire lake turned to yogurt. Total chaos.
That's both terrifying and kind of hilarious. But why do it? Is there a point to this reality spoiling, or is he just a dairy-obsessed vandal?
That question leads us to his motives, which we'll get into later. But first, we need to talk about how he looks. It's a big part of what makes him so unsettling.
All right, bring on the dairy-fueled nightmare. What does this Milky Man actually look like?
Well, that's one of the most disturbing and intriguing things about him. His appearance is constantly shifting, like a grotesque parody of a human face, but made entirely of dairy. Imagine camembert cheese melting, eyes disappearing and reappearing as swirls of cream, a sentient sour cream mustache that seems to stare right through you.
A sentient mustache. Okay, this is getting weird. But is there any consistency to his appearance, or is he just a walking, talking dairy nightmare?
There are a few recurring details. He's often described wearing mismatched socks, with crazy scenes of cows jumping over the moon and milk splashing everywhere. And then there's this hat. It's supposedly woven from something called the Hay of Dreams, and it flickers like it's always on fire.
So he's like a walking dairy-themed fever dream.